What's up everybody, welcome back to the Art of Crypto, the birthplace of absolutely legendary gains. In this video we are going to dive into Solana and figure out exactly if Solana is going to dump from here. Is it going to continue to go up? And if you want to find out exactly where I'm going to be planning to pick up some Solana, you're going to want to watch till the end of this video. But right before I get into it, if you haven't already followed me on Twitter at _the Art of Crypto, you're going to want to do so. This is where I'm sharing the latest market updates, as well as this little NFT play that, I believe you guys could keep an eye out for. Now, I'm not involved with this project at all. Well, if you guys are interested, head to my Twitter, check it out. Just realize that this is not a shill. Okay, now let's dive right into Solana. So immediately, right off the bat, the thing that sticks out to me the most is the fact that Solana just broke this protected high right here on the daily chart. And just to put this into perspective for you guys, imagine if you were drawing like, higher highs, higher lows. This is somewhat how it would look like. Now, just to put this into perspective for you guys, if let's say you were drawing, higher highs and higher lows for Solana, then it would somewhat look like this, right? Something like this. So let me just draw it out. And you can see that this was the previous high before we formed this higher low. And then now we have just broke this, this previous high. Now, this is a really, really, really bullish sign for Solana. In fact, this right here was a really bullish sign for Solana already, because of the fact that if you guys follow this channel for any period of time, you know that I like to talk about protected highs and protected lows a lot. Now, if you don't know what those are, is just put it this way. Imagine if an institution were to go short from here, or maybe even here, right? Would they, right, in their right mind, allow the price to come back up to this high in order to stop them out or put their position into the red? I would assume not, and hence, the term protected high, because the institutions are protecting their position. And so the fact that this protected high just got broken means that institutions are likely going long right now. And again, the reason why I talk about institutions that much on this channel is because you really need to understand the fact that, they're the ones who are playing with hundreds of millions, if not billions of dollars. There is nothing you can do as a retail trader to combat. If they want to manipulate the markets, there's nothing you can do as a retail trader to fight that, basically. So you want to try to look out for what they're trying to do, and you want to figure out, if they think the market is bullish, if they think the market is bearish. So because of that fact, the market for Solana is actually looking pretty bullish. And right now we can just immediately draw 3 protected lows over here. And these are lows that, as long as institutions remain bullish, they should not violate these lows. But what if, right? What if the price does come back down here, right? It violates this low and it comes back down here. Well, then honestly, I wouldn't be too concerned yet, because this could just be a, a small little pullback before a major move, upwards, right? Another leg upwards. Similarly, as to like over here, right here, right? You can see that even though the price broke through 1 and 2 protected lows, well, theoretically protected lows, you can see that we still formed a high low, and we eventually are now bouncing back to start attacking this previous protected high. Now, I will get into the meaning of attacking protected highs later on, but for now, what you must be aware is that Solana could literally pull back all the way to $27 and we would still be bullish. In fact, as long as we do not break this low at $22.4, Solana is still incredibly bullish. So please do not start shorting Solana until you get confirmation, and I'll tell you what kind of confirmation you are looking for if you are planning on shorting Solana. And at the moment, if you just draw a simple, fib from swing high to swing low, you can see that this area right here at $29, this is the 0.382 level for Solana, and it's very close to this order block right here. And the, this level right here, the protected low, right? It is right about the 0.236 level. So literally Solana could retrace all the way back to the 0.236 level at $26, right? This is $26 right here, and you'd still be bullish. So just be aware of that. Now, let's discuss what I mean by order blocks. So basically, order blocks, right? All you can think of them is areas of untapped liquidity. And basically, these are areas that, if retail were to trade with the theory of, support and resistance, then what you must understand is that institutions tend to trade with the order block theory. And for retail traders, we might, short at resistance, we might go long at support. But for institutions, they like to push the price around order blocks, right? Basically, these are areas that institutions are likely to push the price to and then make it bounce, right? To form a higher low, basically. So honestly, if I were looking for a pullback, right, and again, I'm not saying that Solana will pull back to this area. I'm not saying it will happen. What I am saying though is that if it does pulls back to that area, then it would be a pretty good area to buy. Not saying that it will dump all the way there, okay? I'm not asking you guys to short Solana right now, but what I am suggesting you guys to do is that if you were going to enter Solana anywhere, this would be a pretty good level to enter at. And at the moment, if you've felt like you've learned something new watching this video, it would help me so much if you could just drop a like. It's a small gesture, but it really, really helps a lot. So now that we understand that there is a bullish order block here, let me just show you real quick that these order blocks do indeed work. So if you just picture here right now, this right here, this whole block right here, this is an order block, right? Look at where the price comes back down to after a major move upwards, right? Over here, this is an order block. Look where the price comes down to before bouncing, right? Again, this is an order block. Look where, like, look at the price, right? It's precise, right? Comes down to the order block and bounces, right? So this is the power of order blocks and just proof that they work. So for now, honestly, if we zoom into the 4 hourly like we are right now, you can see that all of these previous order blocks have already been filled. And so that is not a sign that I like to look out for. And that is, you know, that is a criteria that I sort of look for order blocks. I tend to look for the ones that have not been filled yet. But at the moment on the 4 hourly chart, every single order block for Solana has been filled. But nonetheless, if we do get a pullback to this level, not saying it will happen, but if we do get it, it will be a pretty nice area to buy because it is a daily order block. Okay, and if we go onto the weekly, let's see. Okay, on the weekly, it's slightly different. So now that you understand where to buy Solana at during a pullback, let us discuss the bullish possibility because, you know, discussing pullbacks is assuming that Solana is going to be bearish in the near term. So let's discuss the bullish scenario here. So if we go back onto the 4 hourly chart, we can see that we have sort of a bull flag going on right now, / a falling wedge, however you want to look at it. And usually bull flags or falling wedges are continuation patterns, which means they do not form out of nowhere. And that means that if it's a bullish flag, then expect the price to continue in the bullish direction. If it's a bearish flag or like, you know, a bearish pattern, then expect price to continue downwards. That is what it means to be a continuation pattern, right? Continuation. So in the event that we do get, you know, bullish continuation, then I'm going to want to mark down this level at 39.35. Now this is a level that if you do break above, then you're going to want to buy the breakout. And as for the target, this target right here is going to be a huge target for Solana to hit. And I will explain why. So if you remember previously, I said that as long as Solana remains bullish, then we have to expect these protected highs to get attacked. So if you remember me saying that, what I basically mean by protected highs getting attacked is simply, if you notice how if we come back onto the 4 hourly chart, you can see that as long as we were bullish, right? Again, just now we were on the daily chart, and now that we are on the 4 hourly chart, things become much more higher resolution, if you may. So if we just mark down these protected highs right here, right? Let me just mark them down real quick. You can see that all of these were protected highs. And as long as Solana remained bullish, notice how we kept on breaking just a tiny bit above protected highs and then retrace, right? Broke above this protected high and then retrace, right? Basically, it just keeps attacking these protected highs, right? And the reason why this is happening is because you have to imagine it this way. If institutions have already flipped long, right, then there are still going to be a lot of traders who are going short at around these areas. Or rather than explaining it in terms of, you know, people are going short here, how you might want to think of it is, imagine if, let's say, you were going short here, right? Where would your stop loss, you know, realistically be? I would assume just a tiny bit above this level, right? So if you are going short, your stop loss is going to be a buy stop, which means that if you get stopped out, you're going to go for a market buy. And that is the explanation behind why, you know, the price tends to go up just a little bit and then, you know, before going for a retrace and to fill a bullish order block. And again, the method that you use to identify bullish order blocks is simply look for the last bearish block, right? For example, this block right here, before a massive move upwards, this is going to be your bullish order block. Similarly, as to how this bullish block right here, right before a massive move downwards, this is going to be a bearish order block. But in general, during a bullish order flow, right, on an institutional order flow, as long as you are bullish, you generally do not try to short things, right? Sure, you can make money here and there, but generally the trend is going to be up, and that is where the majority of the money is going to be made. So I'm not going to get into how to determine when is a good time to short here in this video, because it's going to become way too long if I do that. But what you could consider doing is joining the private Discord group. If you have ever, by the way, this bunny, man, how cute is this bunny, by the way? I got this off of Harrods, and oh man, it's just sitting next to my desk right now, and I love her. I look at it, this bunny, like, look at her, right? How much motivation would she give you if she were on your desk? I don't know, just a little side, fun fact about me. I like bunnies a lot, and man, it's just so cute. I can't get over how cute this is. And by the way, for any of you who have seen this bunny, just comment down in the comment section, the bunny, or just tell me if you like bunnies as well. I'm personally a big fan of bunnies, so just to show that you're a real one, make sure you comment down in the comment section bunny, so that I know who are the real ones, and I'll come reply to your comment for sure. But anyways, the private group, if you have ever wanted to take your trading game to the next level, this is where I lay down everything that I've learned over the years. And if you just want to find out what works and what doesn't in technical analysis, what matters and what doesn't, then you're going to want to check out the private group. Over here, we have, as a bonus, right, you're going to get access to daily profitable trading setups where everyone is making some pretty good money. And there have been multiple people in this Discord group that have already paid off their membership in just a couple of trades. So if you're interested, make sure you head to the link in the description and sign up right now. And, as a side note, you're going to learn how to determine when is a good time to short and when is a good time to go long in the private Discord group, for any of those who are wondering. So just to discuss how you're going to buy the breakout, right, is, as the price is breaking out of this pattern right here, you're going to want to buy along with the breakout, or you're going to want to buy the bullish retest, right? So over here. Now, these two entries I always suggest, because you can place a stop loss right below, because that a breakout is supposed, like for example, this falling wedge breakout here, you got the breakout. Actually, let me just draw it to you so that you beginners who are watching the video can understand a little more. So notice how you break out and then you come down for a bullish retest and then it just takes off, right? Over here, you get another bullish consolidation pattern, right? This is a bullish continuation pattern right here. This is what I would call a bull flag as well. You break out and it doesn't come back down again. So generally, a breakout is supposed to bring the price above, it's not supposed to come back down, which means if it does come back down, you just set your stop loss right here. And if it does come back down, it means your trade has been invalidated, and it is perfectly fine getting stopped out for a small loss, because even the best traders in the world are wrong about half the time, and yet they're still wildly profitable. So it's okay to be wrong, but it's not okay for any single mistake to wipe you out. So that is how I would buy the breakout. Again, this is the ideal pullback that I would get. Or in fact, if we just look at the VPVR indicator, right, which is this on the side right here. And again, the way you get this is just head to indicators, visible range, right? This is the one that I'm using. And disclaimer, you do need to have a paid TradingView subscription. If you do want $30 off your order, then make sure you go to the link in the description and use the promo code for TradingView. But anyways, if we just take a look on the VPVR, actually, if we go onto the daily chart, it would be better. So if we just take a look on the VPVR, you can see that the point of control for Solana is actually at about $33.9. So we are going to want to look to get Solana at $33.9 as well, because that is the point of control. And basically all that means is that, the market participants for Solana believes that this is a very fair price for Solana, and they are very likely going to try to defend their positions if the price does get there, which means buyers are likely going to buy and sellers, well, they're going to try to sell, but the buyers are probably not going to let them break below the point of control. Hence the term point of control. So if you do get Solana at either of these levels at 34.14 and 29.1, you can be pretty assured that they are going to be generally decent entries, right? Let's just change this a little bit to 34.5. Now, if you do get Solana here, it'll be pretty decent entries. And let's see if that point of control does line up with our fib levels. And we can indeed see that this is the 0.618, right? Just a little bit, just a touch above the 0.618 fib retracement, which, if you guys don't know anything about technical analysis, the 0.618 is called the golden ratio. So it's definitely a very strong level that you're going to want to keep in mind. So again, as long as Solana remains bullish, you want to see all of these previous protected highs get attacked, right? Basically, you want to see them get broken above. And as long as Solana is bullish, it will, okay? So these are going to be your take profit targets for Solana. And the way that you use these take profit targets, let's say you buy Solana here, you buy Solana here, and then, where do you take profit? Well, it's going to be, at these levels. And the way you use these levels, by the way, is, if you, let's say, you might take 25% off of your position here, maybe you take 25 here, and you leave the rest as a moonback. And that is called dollar cost averaging. That is how every successful trader does their take profits. And similarly for, buying in. Maybe if you had $1,000 to play with, I wouldn't, necessarily go long, fully on, let's say, this level. Maybe I would buy $500 here and I'll buy $500 here. So doing so will allow you to, because nobody knows where's the exact bottom, right? For all I know, Solana could just dump to, I don't know, $14 the next day. It could happen, right? It's not out of the realm of possibility. And if it does, I will add heavily to Solana over here, right? Because again, this is a daily bullish order block, right? This is going to be a very strong level for Solana to hold, and the VPVR confirms this fact. If you do get Solana at these two levels, not saying it's going to happen, but if it does, make sure you load up on Solana. And again, I'm giving you the exact levels right now, and the only level that will confirm that Solana is being bullish. Remember, Solana can pull back all the way here and it still wouldn't be bullish. The only scenario where Solana would be bearish is if it breaks this level below 22.2-ish, right? Anything that happens in between here is just noise, okay? It's just a pullback for an otherwise longer term bullish trend. And again, if you feel like, you watch my videos and you see that I'm right a lot of the time and you're just wondering how I do the things I do, again, the private Discord is going to be where you want to be. Over here, you will learn everything that I know and everything that should help you build a very solid foundation as a trader and enable you to succeed in this market as a trader. So make sure you check out the private Discord group while you're at it. But for now, my friend, may the gains be with you, and remember to mark down all of these levels, right? I'm giving you the exact levels where I would be interested to buy Solana at, where I would take profit. If you can't even take the time to do this yourself, then there's nothing more that I can do for you, yeah? And with that said, my friend, may the gains be with you, and peace.